Happy Halloween! Halloween 2023. Got my orange shirt on, my fall colors, my jack-o'-lantern earrings. They do light up. Look. Oh, oh, look at her. Oh, oh, yeah. I'm going to turn it off for the video so I don't trigger a seizure in nobody. But Halloween, I love it. I love Halloween. I love the spirit of silliness and goofiness and tapping into fun. Miss me with all of the religious pagan shit that Halloween whatever. No, it's about dressing up, cutting loose. If you want to be a sexy witch, be a sexy witch. If you want to have a serious costume, you could flex your talents and make fake scars and wounds. I just love it. I just love it. It brings out people's artistry, their artisticness, their humor, uh, everything, every creative. I just love Halloween. Um, and it's on a work day, so I dress up as much as I can. I used to have forgot, was running late, but I do have a little witchy headband that I was gonna wear, but I forgot. But I think the earrings are doing it. The earrings are doing it. My kids are definitely gonna go trick or treating. We have very good neighbors who have basically let us know, come to our house. They put a lot of time and energy and effort into Halloween decorating, and we know exactly which your houses to go to. And it's about five or six of them, which is good for me. Kids get to dress up. I've gotten my money's worth in their costumes because this will be the third time. Last year they had $5 costumes from Walmart. This year I think their costumes was like $20 each, or everybody's costume was like $20 because they had licensed costumes. My husband and son, my son, I'll put the picture up in the community section, was Luigi and Mario. My daughter was a fairy princess. It had wings and glitter, and I was a queen. And I had to get a 3X. Lord, that hit the self esteem a little bit, but I'm not a 3X. I'm an extra large 1X now, and that 3X was tight, so it's not a true 3X. Anyhow, I had did a video yesterday, and then in the afternoon I did another video, and I'm not gonna upload that because that was full of initial reaction to the situation, and I was teed off and perturbed and basically tripping over my words, some stuttering, like it was just too much, and it was like 40 minutes long. So on this briskful Halloween morning, we are going to talk about how do I want to title this? Rules of a marriage. Foundation of this topic is an ex NFL player finds out, and he's old. He looked mid 50s. So is the wife. Not like she's like the young wife, right? They look age appropriate for each other. He finds out she has an OnlyFans page. She is recording the situation. I don't know why. Parts of me think when you record your spouse in an argument, two things. It's either a skit or you're doing it because you need documentation on his reaction. I had to think about it. Why are you recording? Me and my husband had arguments all the time. I never pulled out my phone to start recording or to go live. But I have pulled out my phone when my kids are screaming. My daughter sometimes have these tantrums, or these episodes, not tantrums, these episodes which are so intense that she self-harms. And it's emotional to see, and she will bite her hand or try to dig her nails into her skin. And I believe it's, synonymous with why people cut themselves. You're just so full of these emotions. You have to create another stimulus because it's too intense. Thank goodness she doesn't do any permanent damage. We make sure she's safe. When she was, this started from since when she could sit up. She has terrible anxiety. But anyway, when she was a baby, she used to try to fling herself. She couldn't even walk across. She would literally try to fling herself off of whatever bed or chair or couch she was on. So I have pulled out my phone to get that on recording because we're in the age of reporting, and not saying that this is good or bad, but she goes to school with bite marks or scratch marks. I don't want to have a CPS case where they think we are inflicting harm on her. So when these episodes are really bad, I have pulled out my phone. But thank goodness, thank your God, thank Allah, whoever, the bites are minimal. She don't break the skin. It's just like a kind of situation. So anywho, I think it's that same thing. If you're pulling out your phone to record you and your partner having an argument, it's either for documentation or it's a skit. So a part of me thought it was a skit, a part of me did not think it was a skit, but I have to be fully transparent. I did not watch the whole video, nor did I watch the whole clip, because he was whining and bitching, and to me that is like nails on a chalkboard. Not saying that he did not have a right to be mad, but I find it when a man is um whining and carrying on like a female. I like manly men, manly, manly. I like manly men. I like the whole idea of a being man, strong, take charge kind of man, especially if you are a black man. I don't know what kind of stereotypical father issues I have, but I don't like to see a weak black man. It just makes me very uncomfortable. Just like I don't like to see a weak black woman. But anyway, so key points that I got out of the video was, she says, "You knew who I was before you married me." He says, "Yes, I did, but we got married. I thought you had changed." Number two was, "I'm by myself in these videos. I'm not doing anything with anybody else." And number three, which was very important to me, she said, "I came to you for you to give us a solution. You had nothing for me. I made a solution." Okay, she's let's dissect that. She's doing the OnlyFans by herself. There's no other people in the video, so it's not a sexual deprivation situation. Two, she said, "I asked you for a solution," so it's just not her attention seeking, which is why a lot of people can do OnlyFans who don't need the money. My only last logical option is that they were in some kind of financial situation. She said, "Look, bomb, bomb, bomb," and he left her on red and did not do anything. So she had to do it. And in the video, I noticed, because she's walking around the house with her camera, he's following her around. It didn't seem violent. He was emphatic, but he wasn't yelling and screaming and carrying on, for what I saw in the video. But we got to see a look into their house. And let me tell you something. It is a house. It is a mansion-esque house, one of them big, big, big houses. And what I noticed is that it was very well illuminated. Every light was on, everything, and it was clean. And dumb people ain't cleaning their house. So her OnlyFans page seems to be sustaining the lifestyle that they are accustomed to. Because yes, he's an ex-NFL player, millionaire. So you have a problem with it now, but she did what the wifely stuff is supposed to do. Because I hear all the red pill and manosphere people saying that a wife has to be a wife because I'm going to provide and protect the family. So my woman has to do these things. I'll dive into that. So you're not providing because y'all had a financial situation and she had to go out so y'all don't lose whatever level you're on. And you didn't protect her because she had to go back to the streets, so they say. So you failed, but you're coming at her for your failures, for her to pick up where you fell short as a man. And trust and believe, people, these are not my thoughts. These are definitely the manosphere red pill thoughts, and I'm pointing out the hypocrisy of it all. So the saying is, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, right? We've heard that all before. And I totally agree. But I do believe that you can turn a hoe into a wife. Okay? You can turn a hoe into a wife. Just can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Housewives are boring. Housewives, you manosphere people crave the ideology of having this Stepford like wife. She's beautiful. She's smart, but not too smart. She can hold a conversation, but she's not going to be smarter than you. She's on the ready. The house is clean. The kids attend for. She's quiet. She don't say nothing. She don't argue. Y'all want that, right? That's what y'all say y'all want. Okay? Y'all get her. She's 5'5", 110, 120 pounds, maybe 130 at the most. You guys, you court her. You might even chase her. She's in the church. She is the what do they call it? The diamond of the season. She's all of those things. You get her, you pump her full of babies. Boom, 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 boom. Right? She gains the weight or she doesn't gain the weight, but now she's a mother. She's a mother now. She's doing all of these things, but you're not first anymore, buddy. You can't be. Tits are leaking, babies are crying, bottles need to be washed. More and more and more and more. You start ordering pizza more. You're not the plate's not on the ready for you. She can't have sex because she's so exhausted and tired. And y'all go and get the fun girl to cheat on her. The crazy bitch. The one that's mean to you. Makes you buy her shit. Take her to Ruth Chris. Treats you like shit. You love it. You're not loyal to the housewife. Housewives are boring. Boring. They are. But these red pillars this is what they want. This is why they go to Thailand. This is why they become passport bros, so they can get a traditional wife. That's what they deserve is a traditional wife. But they're boring. So this ex NFL player marries the hoe. Right? I'm using the term hoe because she said you knew what I was before you got with me. So which means she was a fun girl. She was a fun girl. You married the fun girl. And you thought you was gonna pump some babies with her and she was gonna sit down. You thought she was gonna sit down. And when she's doing the hotivities that she has been doing when you met her, you got a problem with it. You can't have everything, sir. And I'm looking at her and she's a svelte older woman. She looks good. Looks like she kept her body up. He did too. He still looks athletic. She looks athletic. She had one of those, I call them thought grandma wigs on. She looked good. She got to be damn near 60. One of those. Seasoned the coochie. Here's my take on the situation. I'm all about honesty, transparency, and communication, even if it hurts the person's feelings, especially if you are in a marriage. Now, I don't hold marriage to any religious ideologies. I see it as a coming together of two souls. Now, I got married legally because I like to take advantage of all of the perks that comes with marriage, as far as taxes, health insurance, getting approved for mortgages, yada, yada, yada. I live in America. Duh. We have God written on our money. I know where I live. I want to take advantage. I'm a capitalist, right? But if I didn't require or need the perks of having a legal marriage, I would have had a spiritual one, right? Since I've been married, the laws has changed where you could do domestic partnership and blah 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 blah. But I wanted the instant gratification that comes with being married, and I was engaged in May and married in September, and got my insurance voucher because we worked for the same company, and I was now on his insurance and got my $1,300 in October. That's how I work, right? So I would have had a spiritual wedding because I believe it's two people, two entities, two souls, two spirits, two coming together and declaring this partnership to the world per se. Because let's be clear, marriage did not start as the sanctity of love. It was to bring families, especially warring families, together. It was a business transaction. It low key is still a business transaction. But now we say you get married for love because you can pick your own spouse in this country and blah blah blah. So what are the rules? I don't think there's one set of guidelines or rules for any marriage. I think you have conversations and you have plans. And I think as people evolve, as relationships evolve, as you are a piece of clay, he's a piece of clay, as y'all mold together and grow together, because most of us get married in our 20s. So we're learning each other. We're growing each other. Will you change all the cells in your body every 7 years? You're not the same person you was 7 years ago, literally. Same thing. And how I know it is because when I was growing up, I never saw a traditional marriage for me or me living a traditional life at all. And look at me now. I was married now. You see, Paul? I was married now, right? Shout out to Shug Avery. So I don't think there's a set of rules. Now, I'm going to use my situation as an example. Honey, I want to do an OnlyFans page. The Con done went up. The Con done went up. The the charging stations aren't free anymore. Now, we have to charge or this budget rapid charging and everything. I want to do an OnlyFans page. I know my husband's answer because he's a traditionalist and we have talked about this. No, I don't want you to do that. Okay. Well, the only reason why I want to do this for money. I don't want the attention. I don't want to put myself out there. I'm actually quite lazy and a pillow princess. And I don't want to do any of this stuff, but we need the money. This is my husband. I'll go get another job. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. That's the conversation. That's the conversation. Now, we talked about it. We compromised. I told him why I wanted to do it, why we had a need to do it. He says, no, I don't want to do it. I don't really want to do it except for money. He'll take care of it. Two things. He'll get another job or he'll go on OnlyFans. Showing them hairy feet to Japanese businessmen. Here's another scenario of the conversation we might have. I want to have an OnlyFans page. I want to do OnlyFans. My husband. Why? I think it would empower me as a woman. I like the power and stuff that it brings and yada 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 yada. This is my husband. I really don't want you to do it. Okay, I'm still gonna do it. He's like, okay, but just know I don't want you to do it. That's it. He can't tell me. He can't forbid me to do it. Just doesn't like it. Now, consequently, if I do it after knowing how he feels, I have to be ready to accept all the consequences. As an adult, as a woman, I have to be ready and willing to accept the consequences of my actions. Now, I could do the OnlyFans page and he could say, Nicole, I told you I didn't want to do it. I didn't want you to do it. You did it anyway. I don't want to stay in this marriage. Okay. I have to let him go. I knew how he felt. I still did it. I have to accept the consequences. We need to accept accountability and not emotionally terrorize or stronghold people and control them and threaten to divorce and leave them as a form of control. You don't have to threaten anybody. If you do the OnlyFans page, I'm going to divorce you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say that. You don't have to make that declaration. If it is not sitting well with you and this person goes and does it anyway, they have a right to, and you have a right to the consequences. But all you're going to do by forbidding them is create a wedge in your relationship, because obviously you guys are not no longer compatible. You're not a cohesive unit. You are not, in all intensive purposes, walking on this same trail. What if I wanted to be a hoe? When my husband met me, I'm not a hoe. Now I want to be a thought hoe. Hoe is life. That's where I don't want to do this 9 to 5 stuffy ass fucking job anymore. I want to, pop my pussy and bust it wide open for a real nigga. I want to do all of the things. I want to do all of the things that hoes do. I talked to my husband. Eli, hoe is life now. No, Nicole. I'm not okay with that. Okay. I'm out there in the streets. I can't be with her anymore. He has 2 options. He could deal with it or leave. And I have to accept that. Same thing with this situation. With the NFL, NBA player. Sorry. She said she came to. The only difference that she didn't do is she didn't tell him ahead of time. I think that was the consensus. She didn't really hide it. She just didn't tell him because he found out about it. She just went out and did it. Like, we need, like summarize. We need money. Okay, I'm gonna go bring in money. And you just so happen to find out that is through OnlyFans. But you not questioning how the fuck the taxes are paid, all the lights are on, the pink envelopes or yellow envelopes have stopped coming in the mail saying past due. All of that is miraculously gone and you don't know how. That's why a part of me thinks it was a skit. That's the new thing now, is to do a skit. But anyway, like, if we have financial problems and then all of a sudden we don't have financial problems, I'm gonna ask my husband what the fuck he did. Because I know I didn't do nothing, you know? So that's why I think low key is a skit. But it's reminiscent of real life, so that's why it's a topic of discussion, because although it is a skit, somewhere in America this is happening. But they get like 20,000 a week or 20,000 a day. People sign up for OnlyFans, so it's not a fluke. This is a real life scenario that is very, 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 very possible. As far as the going back to when these red pill manosphere people saying that they require a woman to be a woman and a wife because he provides and protects. It goes back to a clip of a man saying that if you come to a man's house and it's dirty, you should clean it, even if it's your first time being over there. He goes on to say that he keeps a nasty house, and when he invites a female over, if they don't clean, he's gonna fuck them, but he's not gonna talk to them anymore. He's gonna pretty much ghost them after he has sex with them if they come to his house and don't immediately start cleaning. And he says that because he says, I need to know that you're a wife. I need to know that you could do wifely things or woman things or whatever he said, because you're gonna expect me to protect and provide. And I'm saying, what fucking year do we live in that men still think they protect women? Do we not know that the number one killer of black women is black men? And this is a black man talking. That's why I'm using black. More than cancer, AIDS, maternity, death combined, black men are more dangerous to black women as far as statistics. So what protecting are you doing? Also, where are we living that you have to protect me or protect black women from saber-toothed tigers and grizzly bears? Like every time I step outside of my house, I'm in danger of being mauled by wildebeest. Are you protecting my honor? Somebody call me a bitch. You're there to you're taking the gloves off, smacking him across the face, taking 10 paces and pulling your pistols out. Are y'all doing that anymore? Where is that happening? Why is that not coming up as a suggested post on my Facebook? I never what are men protecting? You're not protecting the house. Simply Safe does that. Cove Alarm does that. ADT does that. You everybody's going to bed. All right, you going to bed. Arming, stay. That's protecting the house. When we leave, action, arming away. 30-second delay. Boop, 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 boop. Y'all not protecting the house. Me and the chillin' don't go upstairs, turn on the fireplace, and get cozy up and sleep in one room while you're sitting at the front door with a shotgun. Where does that happen in 2023? What are you protecting, sir, that you require these women to physically demonstrate their wifely potential abilities on the first meet and greet? And it's probably a low-key Netflix and chill, order Chinese food. She got to clean your house. And then you're already showing her you're not going to be a good partner or a good mate, because the least you could fucking do is clean your house before I get there and have fucking toilet paper, 2-ply. And soap in the bathroom. And a clean house. You're having company, sir. What kind of fucking home training is that? Clean your house. She has to clean. And then he contradicts himself and says he had a woman that came over and cleaned, but he still didn't fuck with her. He didn't wife her up. But she got her because she did it. So she was thrown into the same boat as the woman who didn't come over and clean. You still ain't fuck with her anyway. Ooh, Lord, it's the hypocrisy for me. I'm making a public call out to any red pill or manosphere people. I don't hate you. Actually, I quite enjoy the content of intellectual manosphere people, i.e. Troy Terrain, aka Star. PK, professionally known as Star, like from Star and Buck Wow. Used to listen to him on Hot 97. Him. He is definitely in the manosphere. But all the people in the manosphere that I deal with, or when they're losing this battle, this repartee that we got going back and forth, you start attacking how I look, the fact that I don't have a man, even though I do, the fact that my babies have multiple children, which multiple daddies, which they don't, the fact that I'm on welfare, which I am not, the fact that I have food stamps, which I do not, which is not a flex. I fucking wish I had food stamps and welfare. My man is weak. He ain't shit. He's low self-esteem. He's a weak simp, Will Smith ass nigga. He probably lets me peg him. All of this stuff, they go to and I'm like, oh, you fucking lost. You fucking lost already. You lost. I just want an intellectual dialogue, because I find the manosphere people and the red pill people are the same. I find them extremely fascinating, because I want to find where the delusion stems from. And I have some ideas, and I'm going to write them down and really present it in a video of why these men believe that they're up here when they're just regular smegular degular.